That was pretty crazy though. Thanks for tuning in to the Prolific Gun Runner channel. Today, we'll be going over the OA Defense. Uh, this one here is a special one. This is the OA Defense SV Special. They happen to only make 10 of these. OA Defense is out of North Carolina. Um, one of the gun stores or the gun store that I go to, OA Defense, just so happens to have their warehouse and their factory only about 5 to 10 minutes away. And with the connection that they have together, if you're ever in Bisco, North Carolina, go check out Southern Variety. They'll definitely hook you up with everything. They've got one of the largest, if not the largest, selection of firearms in North Carolina. So let's get started. For starters, you got a pretty cool range bag. Nice, durable. Gave you a nice patch to go along with it. Inside, we've got, and by the way, they only made 10 of these. They only made 10 of these, and I just so happened to get the last one. This variant here, at least. One of the cool things about OA Defense, firearm is handmade. Everything is hand fitted and crafted. Pretty much, it's a really tight fitting gun. You got your standard child safety locks. You know, got to keep the kids safe. If you don't have a gun safe and gun locks, I do the job. You know, parent guides, you know, home defense. They also give you a OA Defense 2311 sticker. I'll probably throw that on a safe or something like that. More information on, you know, safety, because safety first. They also happen to give you some, you know, some companies give out oil and lubricants. They actually went the distance and gave gum butter. I've heard of gum butter, never used it, but I heard it's a pretty good lubricant. Um, Medium viscosity. It says safe on all finishes, and you know, made in the USA. Can't go wrong with that. Before we actually fully open up the case here, one of the cool things about OA Defense that I've not seen with other companies, I've seen companies give out, you know, base plates, optic plates and stuff like that. This is the original plate that came on the OA Defense. You know, just a regular sight or optic iron sights. If I'm not mistaken, they're actually night sights, and but that's currently off because I did just get a 507 Holosun comp installed. This here is the front iron sight that actually came onto the OA Defense, fresh out of the box, fresh out of the factory. So this was installed, and this as well was installed, and it came with an RMR optic plate, but it also came with front optic that's also a night sight, but uh it's an iron sight that's meant to be co-witnessed with your optic. So as you'll see here in a second, that iron sight is exactly raised a little bit higher. Me personally, I love when I can co-witness my iron sights. I love a good red dot, but at the same time, at the same time, you can't, you can't always rely on technology. Uh, God forbid, if there's ever a SHTF moment in America where you got to defend yourself, or you know, hopefully, that day never comes, or God forbid there's ever an EMP blast from, uh, you know, from a terrorist country or something like that. Optics, electronics will no longer work. So for me, I tend to, uh, the first few hundred rounds with um, pistol for the most part. I tend to just train and practice and get used to the gun with the iron sights just in case they ever fail. Uh, the way defense also uses, which is a pretty common mag now, the SIG P320 magazines, which is awesome. I got the 321 rounders, pretty reliable. Uh, you know, they'll cost you from a range of 50, $60, depending on where you get them from. Um, really reliable, even though that you can't use them with other 2011s or 2311 magazines. I think these, SIG is a pretty common firearm, and these magazines are also common as well. So it's not a big deal to me. You've also got your flag, or your flag chamber indicator here. Got an extra pouch here. They give you more than enough pouches. The case is definitely durable, for sure. All right, I'm getting to this here. OE Defense 2311. Crazy, crazy mag well. This is all metal. It's not plastic, of no sorts. Each of the mag wells that come on the OE Defense is actually custom fitted. This being one of the 10 and only mag wells that they made custom for this specific model for the gun store, like I said, Southern Variety in Bisco, North Carolina. Having to get the last one, like I said. Uh, I mean, this just to show for reference, firearm is clear. It is clear. Um, Mags are clear, as you guys just seen. Uh, this pistol is ambidextrous. It also has pretty good thumb rest, or slight gas pedals with some stippling on there or whatever, so you can get a good purchase, get a good grip. Sometimes some thumb rest or gas pedals tend to be a little smoother, to where I mean, you can get a decent purchase on it, but with the side typically being so smooth, uh, it you just get like a really great grip on this pistol here. Like I said, the everything is ambidextrous. So if you're a left hand or right hand shooter, the only thing that's not is the mag release, but to my understanding, you can swap that around if you are a left-handed shooter. So you got your mag release here on this side, and then you've also got your mag release here. You've also got pretty, I think the safety, I think the safety is just about right where you want them. Um, it may be a little wider than some 2011s, but I also think that the smoothness and the how smooth you can activate that safety, it actually just gives you more room to when you're ready to engage that thing and disengage it, it's there and you don't gotta. Some of them are a little bit stiffer. I find that with the Springfield Prodigy, it's a lot stiffer even after maybe like 3,000 rounds going through it. One of the other things that I love about this pistol is the actual the bore of the slide and also how far back the slide goes compared to a typical 2311. The slide going back a lot further helps with mitigating the recoil, um, as well as that nosedive. It goes a little bit further back than some 2311s do, or in 2011s as well. Now, speaking about those replaceable front iron sights that I told you about in comparison uh, to the original front iron sight that came on it, which is pretty low, just standard height. But like I said, they give you these backups to swap out, um, to put in for you, and they are night. Another cool thing about it, most uh, most optic plates, the rear iron sight is in the back. Most of them, the rear iron sight is in the back, but with this one, for complete co-witness, in case you never know, the glass may break on your optic. Anything could happen. It gives you a true co-witness. No matter what, you'll always be in the fight or can continue your day over at the range, whatever your situation is. I threw the Holosun 407 comp on it. I like it a lot. 6 MOA dot, green dot. See if I can get it in there. Yeah, 6 MOA green dot. Can't go wrong with it. I'm really liking the 6 MOAs. That thing is beautiful. Big, great window. Here pretty soon I'll be doing a review, more in-depth info on the Holosun 407 comp. A few more points. Um, yeah, the grip. The grip on it. I'm 6'5". I've got pretty big hands. Like the grip, the size of the grip is perfect to me. It's perfect. Like the gun is there. I feel confident about it. It's secure. I don't have to keep readjusting my hand. no matter what my grip is like, no matter what my grip is like, it just feels great. It does have not super aggressive stippling, not super aggressive stippling or anything like that. That's just smooth ridges there. Um, but with the size of some stippling there on the back strap, with the size of the grip, I feel like I can get fully seated when I go and grip the gun, and it just feels good. It also doesn't have that dovetail safety mechanism there, like most 2011s do have. To my understanding, it's a cross between a 2011 and a SIG P320, and I think they did an amazing job with this. Uh, Probably put about 400 rounds through here so far, and just right out of the box, I have to say, right out of the box, I have to say, this pistol is user friendly. I mean, I haven't had not one malfunction. I've even used some pretty bad ammo, maybe a mag or two, that I ended up realizing later on it wasn't the greatest ammo, but had some malfunctions and actually in my Chris Vector with it. But this here ran flawlessly. I couldn't say more about it. I've actually got a video coming up here soon where I'm shooting from about 55, 60 yards, one-handed, just plinking still. So you guys be on the lookout for that. OA Defense, they've got a great customer service, great online support. Uh, and they're I think they're an underdog that's a force to be reckoned with, you know. Um, so if you guys are interested, check out the 2311 OA Defense. They've also got a newer version out with the cut slides and the ported barrel. I probably will be checking that out here soon if I can get my hands on it, and then I'll be doing a review on that. Stay tuned for many other reviews we've got coming up here soon. We're buying a lot of stuff, rebuilding our inventory. Um, you know, time to have some fun and uh, and enjoy some of this freedom. Thanks for tuning in to the Prolific Gun Runner channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.